Hey y'all, I'm here. Day one of the damn quarantine. I'm gonna see if I can do a video every single day of this damn quarantine because it's just kind of ridiculous. Thankfully I get to work from home, and thankfully my dude he works at like a restaurant, so we're not being affected too much. He might get sent. He's getting sent home early, maybe like an hour or so early. But thankfully, like I said, where he works is like food based, so we're kind of okay. And like I said, thank God I get to work from home. However, just to let you guys know, you guys can always file for unemployment if you didn't know. If your job has like sent you home, they said to use up your paid leave first, which I think is really fucked up. I think it's wrong for something that's nobody's fault for y'all to now tell us that we have to use like the vacation and stuff and vacation time and PTO that we've saved up for. Now we have to use it. I think that's completely fucked up. And honestly, I wouldn't even use your PTO first. I just go ahead and file for fucking unemployment. But anyway, so I'm here to talk about really quick fast. I watched the Real Housewives of Atlanta. I do not review the show because there are way too many people. I literally alone watch like 4 or 5 people review the show. I watch Color Me Pink, shout out to Keisha. I watch Mr. Still Standing. I watch James Caldwell. I watch Ashley Miller. I think I'm missing somebody else. Those are the main people that I watch when it comes to like this show. But anyway, I just finished watching pretty much catching up on the last 2 episodes and stuff like that. So this is what I kind of just wanted to come and say real fast. A few things. Number one, Nene and Kenya are the exact same person. And I feel like I've always known that, but these last 2 episodes have really showed me that they really are the same people. That's why they don't get along. The same reason why Kenya and Mark won't work is because Kenya and Mark they are the exact same person. That's why this shit does not work. That's why Kenya and Nene don't get along, and that's why she's not doing good in her marriage. Because here's the thing. Okay, so in this like past episode or whatever, the girls went out to eat. You know, they was in Greece. At the top of this, oof, I wouldn't dare eat that fucking high. So God bless your hearts, but I wouldn't dare eat that high. But anyway, they went out to eat, and when they was there, Kenya kept taking like digs and stuff like that at Cynthia, like questioning her because Cynthia has like a wine cellar. She kept questioning her about like wine and stuff, and oh well, don't you think that you should change your wine, or how many wines is there? And it was clear that Cynthia really didn't know, but she kept going and going and going. And at first it did seem like it was like in a playful manner, but after a while it was like, Kenya, why do you do that? Like, and my thing is, this isn't even like the first time that she did something like this to Cynthia. I don't understand, and this I'm gonna get to it. This is exactly why I said her and Nene is the same person, because I don't understand how somebody can be your quote unquote sister and you continuously do shady ass stuff to her. You continuously shade the fuck out of her. You continuously treat her not right. To me, you treat her like she's fucking second fiddle, in my damn opinion. Which is exactly the way that Nene used to treat Cynthia. And again, I used to think that Cynthia was like a punk for real, but I don't think that's what it is. I think Cynthia, honestly and truly, is just like, she just be so blind to the bullshit. Like, it just goes over her head. I really think that, I used to not want to think this, but I think Cynthia really is that dense. It just flies over her head, and she just doesn't catch a lot. And I think, like, in particular, like with her and with Cynthia and Nene's friendship, she just kind of always let Nene kind of do whatever, say whatever, and then just kind of be friends with her. And that's exactly what she's doing with Kenya. I don't care what nobody say. Cynthia is doing the exact same thing with Kenya that she did with Nene, which is, you're letting her get away with a little bit too fucking much. That's the problem. It's not, it doesn't, to me personally, it doesn't seem like it's, Kenya and Cynthia to me seem, they're more, but it's not. It's more, it seems like they're more on a level playing field than when Nene and Cynthia were friends, but it's still obvious that Kenya treats Cynthia a certain way. She kind of treats Cynthia like her understudy, and I'm not even trying to be funny, but she do. So yeah, that was that one point I wanted to make. Also, I wanted to talk about how I feel as if, okay, I don't want to see another woman going through nothing hurtful, right? But I'm gonna be honest. I'm one of those people who I'm having a really hard time garnering up any sympathy for real for for Kenya in this whole situation. I do not think that it's right for that man to be treating her like that. And I do think that Mark ain't shit. And I do think that Mark is low key emotional abusive. But at the same time, it's like I can only gather or gain but so much like sympathy, I guess I'd say, for Kenya simply because of what she's done. Now, this might have to do with the fact that currently I'm going back and I'm watching all of the seasons of Real Housewives of Atlanta, so I'm seeing a lot of the stuff that she did. Like right now, I'm on a season with when Kenya kind of like had first came on, and the whole thing between her and Apollo and Phaedra was kind of going on, and like shit like that. That's what makes me not feel bad for her, like at all, about the situation that she's in, because Kenya is one of those people. But what I realize is that Kenya is one of those people who she literally just projects everything that she's going on to everybody else, and I feel like that's probably why she did what she did to Cynthia, which is for whatever reason she's not in a good fucking mood, and she wants to take it out on everybody the fuck else around her, which I don't think is cool at all. However, what did bother me about the whole thing about Kenya and people trying to be so sensitive, is I understand, Kenya, that that's your friend and everything, and you want people to be sensitive, but I do not think that it was fair that, I mean, you could ask, but I don't think that it's fair to expect for everybody to not bring it up at all. Because when everybody came to the airport at first, Candy was like, I know you guys heard about what's going on, and if you guys could just do your best to not talk about it, why not? Just like Marlo said, if it was on the other foot, Kenya would dead ass bring that up. Facts, big facts. If it was anybody else going through the exact same thing, Kenya would bring that shit the fuck up. Not only would she bring it up, but she would continuously poke at it, especially if it was somebody that she did not fuck with. She would definitely bring that shit up over and over and over again, because y'all gotta remember, when Phaedra and Apollo was on here and they was going through their whole little thing, that whole season and that reunion, the reunion where Phaedra gave an iconic read. I mean, that read that Phaedra did, I don't know what season 4, season 5, when she read Kenya to that iconic ass read. I'm so sorry. That shit is iconic as hell. But that whole season, and even during that reunion, Kenya was trying to throw dirt on their marriage for real. So again, I just find that karma is really a bitch, and I'm sorry. As much shit that Kenya was talking, I'm so sorry, but it's just hard for me to gain up any real sympathy for the girl. Like, to feel really bad. I feel bad that she's in a fucked up situation, but my caring about a level is like right here, because okay, I understand that she's the type of person who she goes through stuff and then she projects it out on other people, but I still don't find that as an excuse. I'm just saying, you could be going through whatever. It still doesn't make it okay to then take your frustration out on everybody else. Like they said, you felt the need to go ahead and bring Tanya's little whatever. Now, what if Tanya was just as rude as you, and once she found out everything that happened, what if Tanya, because honestly, I wouldn't even be mad if she did this, but what if Tanya was so low, like you are, Kenya, that when she found all of this shit out, when the reunion hit, she caught that girl from New York and she brought her to the reunion? How would you feel? I just want to know, how would Kenya feel if somebody contacted the woman that her husband was dealing with and brought her anywhere near them? She would be ready to jump across the table. And the reason I bring that up is because at the end of tonight, of the latest episode, you know, she kind of said to Tanya, well, she didn't even really say sorry. She said to Tanya, what she said to Tanya is, I am glad that even though I did what I did, that you're not as petty as me to kind of throw it in my face. That's exactly what she's saying, because Kenya knew damn well that if Tanya wanted to, she could have did it. But I also will say this, Kenya knows who to fuck with and who not to fuck with. She will only pull some shit like that, as far as the cookie lady with Tanya, or some shit like that with Cynthia. She would never in her life do some shit like that to Candy. And it's not because Candy is her friend, it's because Candy would get in that ass. She wouldn't do that to nobody else in the group. She wouldn't. She did it to Tanya because she could. Just like how when Kim feels. Now, one thing, okay, let me stop for a second. At the end of the episode of this previous episode, Kenya and Nene was pretty much going back and forth. Nene kind of came out of left field, kind of cursing Kenya out, but she called her a bully. And at first, I'm like, what are you talking about? But she is a bully. You really got to think about it. When Kim Fields was on here, if y'all remember that one season, Kenya bullied the fuck out of Kim Fields because she could. Okay? But as Mr. Still Standing, or whoever said, I think it was Mr. Still Standing who said, but when you do all of this barking, but then when Nene gets in your face, you don't have nothing to say. That's my issue with Kenya. Kenya, keep it the same across board. So that's all I gotta say about Kenya. When it comes to Nene and everything, I think that Nene is, like I said, Nene and Kenya is the exact same person. Nene was going through whatever it is that she was going through with Greg and his cancer and stuff, and because she didn't know how to handle that, she literally lashed out on everybody else. I could not stand Lanithia at the last reunion, to the point where I don't even know if I finished watching it because of her attitude. Her attitude was so bad. People were genuinely trying to talk to her and trying to communicate with her, and she just was completely shut down. She wasn't trying to hear it. Like, that shit was very I didn't like it at all. I did not like it at all. I also don't like how she keeps, it's obvious that Nene is jealous of the relationship now that Cynthia and Kenya has. But at the end of the day, I feel like that's nobody's fault but yours, Nene. You treated Cynthia the way that you did for years. For years, she was your doormat. And she finally got fucking tired of it and moved the fuck on. Now, granted, she just found somebody else to fucking be a low-key doormat. She might not step on her as much or as hard, but she still do it. But I think that, Nene, you need to chill the fuck out. So what? So what? I'm sorry. So what? Guess what? You want Portia or Cool again? Focus on that. But I don't feel the need for you to just keep trying to come for Kenya every 2 seconds. For what? Y'all don't have to be friends. This is what I don't get about this show. It's clear that this is a job, right? And I understand that y'all gotta be somewhat friends, and we gotta talk about that. But at the end of the day, Nene and Kenya will never fucking be friends because they are the same fucking person. If they were friends, probably would actually be pretty fucking amazing damage that they would do together, but I don't see it happening. There can only be one Queen Bee, and Nene feels like that's who she is, and Kenya feels like that's who she is on the show. To be quite honest, ain't neither of y'all hoes the Queen Bees of this. To be quite honest, both times that both of y'all wasn't on here was perfectly fine. Nene wasn't on here at times. It was fine for me. Now, a lot of people said that they didn't like it when Kenya wasn't here, but honestly, I didn't have a problem when Kenya was not on here. Does she bring more drama? Yeah, but it pisses me off. So I don't really even know how much I want her on this damn show. Okay? But other than that, yeah, that's all I really have to say. I just have to get my feelings out because I just finished watching it. So, yeah, that's all I got to say. Y'all tell me what y'all think. Come out, bye.